Hello, welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about how to review a student's results. So you have now created a student, you assigned a credit to that student, you sent the student off to take his or her test, and the student has taken the test and completed it, and now you want to see how it all went. There are two ways to review results for a student. The first, if you're doing it for just a single student, the first and most intuitive way is to go here on the left to the user tab and simply impersonate that student. So click on the impersonate tile and start typing the student's name. It should auto-populate. Grab that student, hit submit. And here you are in the student screen, logged in as that student, and you can see whatever it is the student can see. So for this particular student, we know that he took DSAT 1. You can see test ready to take is 0 because he's already taken that test. Test ready to review is 1. And because he's completed the test, over here, you've got two options. Option number 1, view score report. And that's going to take you here to the student score report. Now, I just clicked through this student, so you don't have a full, it's not a real student. I hope none of your students' score reports look like this. But here's the score report that you've seen, and you can click through and see everything that student can see and all results in all sections. The other thing you can do is click on review questions. Here we have it by module. So review questions, reading and writing module 1. I can see overall question by question performance. I can see a subject view based on the College Board macro categories and our subcategories. And then I can also go through and see question by question. Now, if you're reviewing this with a student and you're sitting there with a student, the first thing that you're going to see is the student selection, but the student selection only, because we don't want you to have the correct answer sitting there on the screen while you're trying to have the student go through and do this question again. But the correct answer is in there. If you hit check answer, it's going to show you what the student selection was, whether or not the student got it right, and what the actual correct answer is. Okay, so there is the first way to review results, which is simply go here on the left to users, click on the impersonate tab and impersonate that student. And that's the easiest way to do it if you're looking up a single student. The other option you have is over here on the left, your management dashboard is where you will find your reports. And the reports will allow you to look up multiple students at a time. So for example, we could click on score reports by date. And that's going to allow us to look up score reports, all the score reports that were taken within a particular date range. So to set the date range, I click on start date. And I'll just click on March 1st for end date, take it to present day. And I'm going to click on all groups because that will capture all of my students. But if you have multiple groups in your account, if you've already created a bunch of groups and you've assigned students to those groups, you can do this by group, or you can do this for everyone. In this case, I'm going to do all groups. That's going to capture all of my students. I'm going to hit submit. And in this case, I only have one student who took a test between the two dates that I set on that date range that I created. And I can click into the student score report. I can review the test and look question by question. I can also output the data from this student's report to a CSV file if I want to play with it and manipulate it in Excel. Okay, that's it. Hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching.